Alright, guys and girls, this is Jerningham here. War on drugs inside Thailand's bitter battle against meth. So that's drugs, obviously. Let's watch this documentary or film or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to enjoy it.
They call ice the devil's drug. If I had had a gun, I wouldn't do it myself.
Asia's meth trade has exploded, and Thailand is hooked.
How many of these ladies are here because of drugs?
It's an industry worth tens of billions of dollars every year.
Yep.
A deadly addiction with devastating consequences.
บางคนก็ไร้แรงถึงขั้นว่าโดนตัดหูหรือว่าเอามีดปักคอก็มีอะ
Meth, ice, yabba. Call it what you will, but Asia Pacific is the world's biggest methamphetamine market, and Thailand is the drugs highway. So how do authorities here win the war on meth?
Thailand is fighting a bitter battle, and this Navy team is on the front line. The enemy, drug cartels, trafficking meth.
This is Laos, Myanmar, and Thai. It's a three countries.
And this is where the drugs come across?
Yes, the drug is overall area.
Asia's meth trade is worth an estimated $61 billion a year. And this spot on the Mekong River, where Thailand and its neighbours' borders meet, is a gateway to the region.
This is the Golden Triangle, a hub for organised crime in Southeast Asia, with drugs, people, animals and money being smuggled across this river.
Trafficking levels rocketed in 2020, with cheap meth from factories in Myanmar flooding the market.
If you spotted something suspicious on the river, what do you do?
ถ้าเกิดเรามีเรือที่ต้องสงสัยนะครับเราจะทำการเรียกให้เขาหยุดนะครับหยุดแล้วก็เราก็ใช้กำลังพลในการเข้าไปตรวจสอบบนเรือลำนั้นเราต้องสันนิษฐานว่าผู้กระทำความผิดนะครับมีอาวุธแล้วก็อาจจะทำการกระทำที่ต้องการใช้อาวุธนะครับ
Drug smugglers don't just use the Mekong River. Thailand's lengthy land border with Myanmar is remote but porous, possible to cross if you know where to target. Again, the military stands guard, playing an endless game of cat and mouse against a constant flow of traffickers.
This gives you an impression of just how difficult it is to patrol these areas and spot drug smugglers. We've got thick jungle, river. Can you imagine how hard it would be to spot someone coming through here at night?
At checkpoints, border patrol is also on the lookout. Smugglers will try anything to evade them.
I mean, if you look at a truck like this, there are so many places to hide drugs. So inside, obviously, potentially under the seat, in the glove box, maybe into the doors. And then here, they say that people attach boxes under here, packed with pills, potentially in the gas chamber here as well. The tyres, these can be stuffed. And then, of course, you've got the whole back of the van or truck as well.
There are two types of methamphetamine being moved: crystal, which is purer and more expensive, and yaba, which contains about 20% meth cut with caffeine and comes in cheap pink little pills. Both extremely addictive, they have the potential to ruin lives.
Oh, well, I pretty much died the day I got here and got brought from hospital. I was screaming out for help at my place because I knew I was going to die because I've been in hospital like 8 times, and so I quickly just sent a message to a friend. So I'm dying now, man. So I'm gone now. Just call an ambulance.
John, not his real name, has abused both ice and yaba. He's now in private treatment, hoping to finally break free of meth. At its peak, he was taking up to 30 pills a day, spending £5,000 a month desperately trying to hang on to the high.
The easy way out is just bang. If I had a gun, I would have killed myself.
Did it make you violent?
I mean, I ended up in jail because I tried to burn someone alive. They call ice the devil's drug because it really just takes everything you have. It takes your soul. You know what I mean? So everything that you know to be good in life, I'm going to exchange it for that high.
Yaba accounts for 3/4 of all drug addicts in treatment in Thailand. At a Christian charity, they sing about the vicious pills. Patients here go cold turkey. No drugs, no booze, no caffeine, no phones. They're isolated from their families, sometimes for months. Yaba literally means crazy drug. It's highly addictive and gives users massive highs, huge energy surges, and then crippling lows.
Thailand historically has had a meth use problem, but it's really exploded the last few years. Right now, meth is the cheapest it has ever been in terms of purchasing power. You're talking it's almost free. It's that cheap to buy a hit. It has a huge effect on the public health system. We don't see this anywhere else in the world, this level of meth use.
The booming trade has lined the pockets of Asia's meth millionaires. Until recently, it's claimed one drug lord and his network controlled whole communities in the hills along this border.
ก็คือถูกสอนให้มาให้ค้าตั้งแต่เด็กแล้วค่ะพอเราจำความได้แม่ก็ค้าแม่ก็บอกฝากให้เราขายแล้วก็ขายก็คือช่วงคนที่อายุประมาณนี้ค่ะ13ขึ้นไปแล้วก็ถึง50 ปี
Lei lived under the cartel most of her life, taking and selling meth. Most of her neighbors did the same. Fighting back wasn't an option.
ก็กลัวค่ะคือถ้าเขารู้ว่าเราเป็นสายให้กับเจ้าหน้าที่เขาก็มันสั่งเก็บเลยค่ะสั่งเก็บบางคนก็ไร้แรงถึงขั้นว่าโดนตัดหูหรือว่าเอามีดปักคอก็มีค่ะ
How worried were you for your safety? Did you ever see anyone get attacked or killed?
ก็คือเขาเป็นคล้ายๆว่าเป็นสายค่ะเขาจะทำเป็นสัญญาแล้วก็จะสุ่มเข้าไปบ้านเขาไปจับตัวมาแล้วก็ไปนั่งยางเผาทิ้งยิงทิ้งเลยนะยิงแล้วก็เผาทิ้ง
The arrest of the drug baron was the authorities' chance to break the grip of the cartel. With their help, Lei found new work, an income away from drugs. But as officials drive us through the areas that used to be ruled by gangs, their shadow can still be felt.
The authorities have told us that around 99% of people living here used to be involved in the drug trade, whether that was taking drugs or dealing them. And although they've been working hard to turn the area around, they've actually said it's not safe for us to get out of the car and be seen filming on the streets.
Cartels are deliberately creating addicts, flooding Thailand with pills costing less than a packet of crisps. One boot or backpack can be used to smuggle thousands of tablets, putting huge pressure on police forces.
Wow. So this is what 6.7 million tablets of yaba looks like.
Authorities swept a staggering 352 million yaba tablets off the streets last year.
And is this your biggest haul to date?
ล็อตใหญ่ของรอบปีนี้ครับล็อตใหญ่ในรอบปีนี้เลย
But unlike heroin, cartels don't need farms or huge workforces to make this.
If these tablets had been sold on the streets here in Thailand, they could have made a minimum of around £8.5 million, which is a huge amount of money to lose. But the reality is the cartels can make more. One tablet costs just under a penny to produce.
For many caught up in the trade, there is no second chance. This is Kanchanaburi Jail. Here, meth's legacy is laid bare. Around 79% of Thailand's female inmates are serving time for charges relating to crystal and yaba. It's the reason the country has the second highest rate of female incarceration in the world.
How many of these ladies are here because of drugs? Clear to see.
A crackdown on drugs has packed Thailand's prisons to the point of overcrowding. 200 women sleep on this cell floor. Here they're teaching them new skills to stop them falling back into drugs on release, helping them build savings for when they get out. Yui is training to be a fortune teller.
It's going to be okay. Okay.
Caught with more than 400 yaba pills, she got a 10-year sentence.
บางทีชีวิตยังเยอะไงค่ะคือทางเรื่องมันมีน้อยอะค่ะเพราะว่าก็คือก็มีลูกเยอะแล้วก็ต้องรับผิดชอบแล้วเป็นลูกคนโตต้องเลี้ยงครอบครัว
Yui's story isn't unique. Poverty or addiction push many here towards meth. And so the cycle continues. Defences are stepped up, seizures are at record levels, but supply seems unaffected.
They say where they put in these patrols that the number of people trying to smuggle drugs across has dropped. But the reality is they have more than 4,000 kilometres of land border to patrol here. And one person can carry tens of thousands of tablets. It just seems like a totally impossible task.
The ongoing flood of dirt-cheap meth is stacking up victims, overwhelming the prisons, overstretching the police and the health system. In Thailand's latest war on drugs, a long and difficult fight lies ahead.
Well, this is some kind of rough idea about Thailand. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed that, guys and girls. Give it a like, give it a comment, share it with your friends, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for joining me. Peace.